Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sane Minds. A tragic story that I have today. It was last month is when it actually happened, but it's just now coming to light the last couple of days. A couple young, I think they were both 25, were killed in territory that is not exactly controlled by ISIS, but they do have a presence. I mean, there was five guys in a car that were all ISIS that ended up hitting them. They were bicycling around trying to prove that humanity isn't evil. That people are kind, and this is a direct quote from I believe it's the guy J. Justin, that evil's a make-believe concept we've invented to deal with complexities of fellow humans. Just trying to say that they have a different outlook on life, which, I mean, it's tragically naive of them to believe that they could go wherever they like in the world and be safe, and that there aren't bad people out there, because obviously there are. I mean, even in first world countries like the United States and other Western nations, there's bad people. There's neighborhoods that you don't want to go in, that you wouldn't go in. And to think that you can go to third world nations and that somehow doesn't carry over to there, I mean, they were obviously living in some sort of liberal virtue signaling bubble, trying to say, look at me, where we're proving that people are good, kind-hearted, and they got killed. They literally got rammed off the road when they were on bicycles by five ISIS militants in their car. I think there was another couple other Europeans that were with them, and they got killed as well. They got knocked off the road, and they got stabbed to death. And this wasn't something that, it happened fast. They weren't held or captured or ransomed or anything like that. They were just killed straight up, and that's it. That was it for them. Their final moments, finally realizing that no, not everybody in the world is good. That's why there's murderers. That's why there's horrible things that happen, wars. Not everybody is good. This is something that I'm sure most of you understand. Anyone who's been through hardships in their life understand. And I guess the only explanation that I have is that these people haven't been through that in their life. They were sheltered, or whatever happened for them to somehow have the mental gymnastics to believe that all humans are good. And, talks about how they quit their job. Oh, excuse me, they're both 29. I don't know why I thought they were 25, but they both quit their job and decided to go on a basically a tour around the Middle East and other parts of the world, biking. They had a blog. They were putting their story out on Instagram, and some of the quotes here is just that the people, the narrative goes, are not to be trusted. People are bad. People are evil. I don't buy it. This is what Jay said. Evil is a make-believe concept we've invented to deal with our complexity of fellow humans holding values and beliefs and perspectives different than our own. By and large, humans are kind, self-interested sometimes, myopic sometimes, but kind, generous, and wonderful and kind. That is just tragic to have someone who believes that humans are by and large. I mean, would you maybe say that the majority of people are self-centered, but at the same time they're not going to murder you? I mean, yes, I guess you could say that, right? But to think that you can go into areas where there's militant activity, I mean, they were in a country that was Tajikistan, I hope I pronounced that correctly, that shares a border with Afghanistan, where ISIS and other terror groups have a high level of activity, where they frequently cross the border to, there's groups in those other countries that border the area there where ISIS is active. ISIS claimed responsibility for this attack. 2 days after they were killed, ISIS released a video showing the same men, the ones who did the killing, sitting in front of the group's black flag. I guess the ISIS flag is what they're talking about. Looked at the camera and vowed to kill disbelievers. I mean, this is just, like I say, it's a tragic story of people who have a childlike mind to believe that there's, a safety blanket everywhere, I guess. And this is something that I don't, obviously it's not something that I condone or would want to happen to anyone. But it just goes to show you that when you virtue signal and base your life on trying to look at only the very best that people have instead of looking at them as a whole and being realistic, this is the end result. I think one of my first videos was about a feminist who actually bicycled through the Middle East. Now, she didn't get killed, but she did get sexually assaulted multiple times. She wasn't raped or anything like that, but she did get sexually assaulted. There was a few close calls where some other people did help her out of that situation. So no, not everybody is evil, and even in places like the Middle East. But this was a make-believe fantasy of theirs where they thought that they could bike through some of the most dangerous areas. I mean, even the U.S. government has Tajikistan listed as, for tourists as a dangerous area and all sorts of things that you're not supposed to go in there without a guide. You're not supposed to go in there without knowing what you're getting yourself into. And clearly these two didn't. They really didn't. And it's sad. This isn't something that I like reporting on even, but I want everybody to know, the dangers of a liberal virtue signaling mindset where you have to say that everybody's good no matter what. That's just crazy. But alright guys, just want to let you know, a quick video here. If you want some new content, please like and subscribe. It helps a small channel like mine. A lot of my content isn't pushed to anyone but my subscribers, and it's hard to get views in that sense. I'm not in people's recommended. I don't have ads, so YouTube doesn't push it, and I mean, they wouldn't anyways just because of the titles and topics of my videos. But I appreciate everyone who's listening, and as always, I appreciate it.